Whoa, what's good everybody? It's a new day, it's a new deck. We're gonna play together right here, right now. Basically, we're gonna play one full game of Illuvium and see how far we can go. I wanna try to get up in the leaderboards, like at least top 10 is the goal. And we'll see how we do. It has been a while since my last video and I'm super stoked to be back on camera. I went through a little bit of a transition basically. As you can see, I'm not longer in my van. I'm actually now in an apartment in Swiss. I'm gonna shred the mountains this winter. And I'm just too old to live in a van in the winter, so I'm pretty stoked to be here. And it's really nice to have unlimited electricity. Like, I haven't been missing like shower, toilet, fridge and all of that luxury stuff too much, but just plugging in your stuff and knowing that you will have electricity no matter if the sun shines or not, that's a real blessing, let me tell you that. So yeah, I've been trying to go live on stream today, but kind of the settings were bugging out a little bit. I was lagging quite a lot. Right now it's pretty buttery smooth, so I'm stoked. And yeah, I gotta figure out my settings, and I hope I can be streaming more in the future. My laptop really doesn't perform too well with Illuvium, to be honest. I've been toying around with the idea to making more general gaming videos about other games as well, like, I don't know, League of Legends, TFT and other Web3 games. Let me know if you would enjoy that or if I just should stay true to Illuvium. So yeah, I think we can do this right here. Flare is gonna tank those two rogues. Flare is always a good call. The whole Flare line is really good versus rogues in general. And our Ranger will be doing very well with dagger equipped. Perfect. We have a C4us, we have a Goliath, so we have double granite, and I believe we have an earth shield on the Ranger. Let's see. Yes, so we can go triple granite, which is pretty sick. I still think we can do this with just those two units. Flare should be tanky enough. Let's put him a bit to the back. Actually, no, I'm not sure. Let's swap out Flare for Axodon, and Axodon for sure can take those two. We just need Axodon to stay alive so our Ranger can do her job and really kill all those units. And Axodon should be tanky enough for that. Because this dual F won't be casting much, as you can see. Well, he got half a cast off, but our Ranger really does so much damage with her dagger equipped. It's pretty good. Maybe you've noticed I've upgraded my camera. It's really dark in here and you can still kind of see me, so I'm really happy that we finally went full HD with the camera. And I guess we need another tank because Riplan's right here, he can really shred through our Axodon, so we need some support here. And we're gonna put them close together. It's because both of those tanks do AoE damage, area of effect damage, so we want to have them close together to hit all those 3 melee units, and our Ranger is gonna be our only tank still. And this could be a little bit close. Oh no, we don't want to play too greedy. I don't want to end the video right here. This wave will give us the next checkpoint, so we can't afford to lose right here. We can give our Axodon an augment, I guess. Which augment should we give him? This one with some physical resistance versus those fighters, and then we downgrade the armor to stay on the 100 mastery points. So we still get enough income for the round. Let's see how that goes. Pretty good. We don't need the armor on the Ranger as long as she doesn't get damaged. And since there's no AoE damage, we should be fine for now. And as long as our Axodons... Oh. Link swapped to our Ranger and we are dead! Alright, that's a little bit of a short video right there. Let's try to do it again and let's just try to optimize it a little bit so we actually have a little bit more income. I think the best we can do is the dagger for the round 1 with 120 mastery points left. I don't think there is much more that we can do. But for wave 2 we can try to downgrade and not use the flare. And instead use a lower tank, like for example the lesser Earth Grocko. Would probably be still enough for wave 2. And that gives us 20 more mastery points to work with and 1 more income to work with. Let's bond those two and let's roll. Yeah, I hope you guys been doing well. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't upload much videos. I really missed creating content, but basically for the last 2-3 weeks I was living in the van and there was always shadow. Like I was playing a lot of Switch to get my gaming in, but other than that I didn't have much electricity to do any like live streaming and stuff. Also, I wasn't in the best like mental state, I must say. Like right now I'm a bit sick and I was just battling with my addiction with nicotine, trying to quit cigarettes, which put me kind of in a bad spot. And yeah, but it's getting better, it's getting good. Yesterday I was on the mountain, I was teaching some kids how to snowboard. Actually, they're so good snowboarders already. Like every Saturday I have the same group of people, same group of kids, like local kids. And they actually, like, one of them snowboards as good as me. So I asked them, what is your goals for the season? They were all like, backflips, we're gonna do backflips. And I'm like, all right, I guess my season goal is backflips as well then. So yeah, I'm super excited to be teaching a bit again and be working again and snowboarding. I didn't know how much I missed it, but it's it has been really good the last few times. So we managed to squeeze out a few more mastery points. I'm stoked. And yeah, if we would have played in a tournament, obviously we would have invested way more in that wave 5, just to make sure that we reach the first checkpoint. Do we need... Right, let's get in the Axodon. I don't think we can downgrade here. But we could downgrade the armor and just go with no armor, because our ranger is not gonna get any damage anyway. So she doesn't really need those defensive stats. By the way, let me know if the audio cuts out at any point. I hope I fixed this issue. Some of you addressed it in earlier videos. And yeah, I hope all the settings are good. I hope this is buttery smooth, the quality is nice, audio is good, camera is good. And yeah, I hope I can be live streaming. Because today I tried like 5 live streams. Sorry for anybody who tuned in and it didn't work, but I couldn't get it to run smooth. So flare coming in for this one. We didn't use any armor last time, and that kind of was our downfall for sure. And we're just gonna overinvest a little bit right now to be safe. Could get in a Kuka, always a nice addition to the team. Kuka over here, helping with the damage on the right plans, and then we should look way better already. Alright, let's try it. So our ranger is not going to focus the right plans, but she's able to kill this Stoker pretty fast. Stoker is going to be able to get one cast off, but then she's finishing him off. And now we're on to the right plans with 3 units. Now we need to kill him. Yes, sir, perfectly. We get another cast in from the dagger ranger, and this should be an easy 2-on-1. Wow. Suddenly, I think the Lynx switches targets once he casts his Omega. He gets a refocus, and then he just switched onto a range and finished her. That's something to keep in mind there. The units are not locked on the target indefinitely. When they're getting stunned, or I think when they're casting an Omega, they refocus to the nearest target. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, we got a Vermilia and a Riptorus. Do we have a Seer or a Singe? No. But our Flare is gonna try to tank those 2 guys over here. And then we're gonna focus this Fernite first. And soon I think we're gonna swap into triple Granite, maybe with a Furiox in the backline for some constant damage. I don't think it's time yet. This seems like a very easy round because they don't have any tanks. So if the enemies don't have tanks, you're usually in a pretty good spot already. Let's get in. Yeah, let's get a defensive augment onto our Axodon. There we go, and now we should be really good. I'm sure we overinvested a little bit. We didn't need to use so many mastery points, but I just want to make sure we're not losing any checkpoints and have a straight run up to wave number 30. We need all those checkpoints for the later waves. Oh, that's bad. We're focusing our range on our Axodon. But Axodon should be able to win this 2-on-1, I believe. It's gonna be close though. Getting so much damage. Well, I guess that's one checkpoint. But that's okay. That's okay. I think we're just gonna go super hard and just gonna bring in the Furiox as our damage dealer and the proper tank, and relieve our ranger from being the damage dealer, because this fire dagger for 30 gold is really, it's a lot of money, and she's not performing that well. She's super squishy. So yeah, let's get into granite at least. Who's she bonded with? Taxodon? Sir. Bond her with maybe a Grocco. Get in here. Alrighty, so we got Colossus and Granite on our Ranger. That's pretty tanky, and now we can swap out the rest. Nope. But I think this should be pretty good as well. Let's double down on the tanks down here, because the Fernite here should be an easy kill. We could miss a little bit of damage right now. We could have also downgraded our armor to reach the 100 mastery point threshold. But those two tanks look super solid. As you can see, they're not taking much damage. There comes a big stun from the Fernite. But we are super healthy, and soon the Fernite should be dead, and our Ranger can come to help as well. And with the next cast of our Sephoros, he will destroy the enemy Vermilia, and we're good. Perfect. I guess we could have downgraded the armor to get the 100 mastery point threshold, but still fine. Still rolling. So what we got? 3 supports. Double spore. We're probably gonna keep one of those tanks down here. Maybe we sell you and get the Furiox going. We need more damage. And probably our range is a better tank down here. And we're gonna place our ranger here in the corner, then she runs over here and meets the enemy Vermilia. They meet right here. And we're gonna do that so they're very close to our 2 damage dealers, and those will swap onto the Vermilia after that. I mean, they would swap anyway, but that's just a general thing I do to keep the targets that we want to kill, like this Vermilia, we keep them close to our damage dealers. So now the Archelion is dead, we're gonna refocus onto the Vermilia, not onto the Adorius. Easy kills. Once you get the Granite going with like a Furiox, like 2 kind of solid damage dealers and solid tanks, then you're good. I think the hardest part of the early game is getting that transition done from like assassins and fighters and stuff like this, which is really good, like the first 5-6 levels, into proper tanks and proper damage dealers in the mid game. Alrighty, what we got for wave number 8? A lot of supports, 5 empaths again. I think we can run it pretty much the same. Rocco might get a little bit too much damage from those guys. Maybe we bring in another one. Or maybe we just bring in a nice little augment for our damage dealers. Pierce 40% physical and energy resist is always very nice, but it's more important versus tanks, I guess, versus bulwarks who have a lot of resistances. So every third auto attack inflicts poison, deals 5% of the target's max health. This is really good versus empaths, because poison lowers the healing of the enemy done. So this will be a nice empath counter. We're gonna give attack speed and energy attack damage, because the Furiox is doing energy damage, not physical damage with his auto hits. And yeah, I think we can run it like this. Let's get our Furiox a little bit further away from the enemy Vermilia, and we should be good. As long as our Grocco doesn't die too fast, then our Furiox is in a bad position, right? So I hope our Grocco stands strong. Kuka is dead. We're gonna refocus onto the Vermilion, and as soon as Vermilion is dead, our ranger is gonna run to the front line and tank for us in the front line. So once that happens, we're good. And actually perfect timing. Grocko goes down right now, and our ranger is there to take over the position of the tank in the front line. And let's see the damage of the Furiox. It's actually not that much bigger from our C4s right here, which surprises me. Wow, there's a lot of dodges coming in. Right, we gotta kill this guy right here, and we did it. And now single target damage, our C4s is great at that. Because C4s basically launches 6 missiles, and they hit like 3 random targets in range, I believe. But if there's only 1 target left, all those missiles go onto 1 target. And does a lot of damage. Yeah. Alrighty, 1 small tank and 2 big damage dealers. We're gonna focus onto the dual F on the right here. So getting all our units onto the right. Like so. And just keeping our ranger here to tank the ramp fire and the flare. Like that. And then we're probably gonna slap on another augment onto our damage dealers. On critical hit, gain crit damage for you and your closest allies. What else we got? And our... Wow, that's a really good combination, those two. This one is really nice. Holders Omegas can critically hit. That usually is really good on a ramp fire. Also really good on a Lynx, like a Scion Lynx, if we have one. Right, we're running out of time, so let's make a decision. We're gonna slap this onto our Furiox. I guess we're gonna have to go with the crit stats. And yeah, we're missing 10 mastery points to get the 100 mastery points, the 5 income. Because remember, every 20 mastery points, you get 1 income. So right now, we're getting 4 income, as if we would have 80 mastery points saved up. Easy kills. We could have sold the armor on the ranger. Like, we should have definitely done that. The hardest part, I think, right now in Private Beta 2 is to see the enemy weakness, to really know how good the enemies are and how much you need. And right now we don't need a lot because the enemy got no tank. So now we need to find the biggest threat, which is probably a Ramfire Omega and the Umbre Omega. So if we keep those 2 guys occupied over here, then our damage dealers are gonna be able to kill the enemy Scoriox really fast. And then we're gonna be able to swap over to the other 2 damage dealers and should be good. We could bring in... not really. I'm wondering who our main carries will be. I guess Umbre and Ramfire, we're gonna focus onto the Assassins later on. And Titanor is probably the next big unit we want to bring in. Probably instead of the Grocko. Even though Grocko is doing a great job. So what we could do now... could sell the Grocko. That's a lot of stuff for the last 7 seconds, what I thought about. Let's just roll it like this. I think we should be fine. As long as our Furiox stays safe for some time, we're good. Like, we have the Granite on our Ranger, so as you can see, she's taking not any damage for the first 4 seconds. And that for 4 seconds already Scoriox is dead, which is like a third of the enemy team. That's why I said this is a super easy... Like, we could have downgraded so much as well. We didn't even need the Grocko, essentially. That's why I said that's a bad enemy team. If they don't have tanks, they're screwed. So now it's a bit different. They have a nice Scion Hydrolinx, which can do a lot of damage. They got an Axodon, which can be very tanky. And they got 2 Shrimps here, which we need to take care of. So I think we're gonna focus on the left side. That's a hard call. We don't want to keep the Hydrolinx unchecked, but also not the Dual F. Yeah, I think we have to focus on the left side. It's probably time to bring in the Titanor, just to be sure to be tanky enough. Now we have 3 Granite, 2 Colossus, insane tankiness. Now we just gotta make sure that we have enough damage and that our damage dealers will survive till the late game. The dual F laser should not hit us as long as our ranger stays alive. They're gonna hit her. And also the Hydro Lynx is gonna cast his first cast onto the ranger. So as long as our ranger stays alive, we're good. That's why we cannot sell the armor right here. We gotta keep the armor on the ranger. Gotta go with 90 mastery points. And yeah, I think we should have enough damage. Really comes down to the Eriox. I'm not super happy with the 2 augments. I think this one suits him very well because he's a high attack speed damage dealer. But Holders Omega can critically hit. That's not so good on Furix because his Omega is enhancing his auto hits, which means his Omega already can crit. So we basically just have it for the stats. And those stats, the 10 precision and 24 savagery that it gives, that has been nerfed in the last patch, so it's not as good as it used to be. So I think we're gonna swap that up. I don't know if I want to give it to C4s. I'd rather give it to some assassin, like it's really good on Umbre. On Ramfire it's also very good, but early Ramfire is just not as reliable. Alright, well we got 1 tank on the side. Positioning looks pretty good. We're gonna shred through those very fast. Let's sell that. Go for it already? Ah, it's too early. I mean, we can downgrade probably the augments and just get something else. So gonna get this one every 3rd auto hit. Attack speed, energy damage. And let's get this one as well, piercing the resistances. Now we're left with 34 mastery points, so basically 14 mastery points are unused, which is not ideal. There's not much we can do. Nah, I don't think there's much we can do. Feels a bit sketchy. It feels like we're a bit underinvested, but we're just gonna roll it. We just hit another checkpoint anyway, so if we die right now, we don't have to replay much. Scoriox is already dead right here, and as long as we focus Dual F next, that's what we do. And Dual F is shooting to our ranger, so perfect. There is coming a nice little Blaze Knight Hurricane into our damage dealers, which is not ideal. Ideally, we would have wanted to place the C4s down here in the left corner, because then the Blaze Knight Omega doesn't hit both of our damage dealers. But yeah, easy win. Easy W. So what we got here? We got Umbre, and we got a Scion. What is his augment? Piercing, and also piercing. Alrighty, so we're gonna work through the enemies from the left side because they have no tank over here, and just occupy the Axodon, so basically keep the positioning. Also the first Hydro Lynx Omega is gonna go onto the Ranger, which is pretty good. We just need somebody to catch this Umbre in the back line. Probably gonna go with the Earth tank just to get more Earth stacks. We already got 6 Earth stacks, so that's pretty huge. Yeah, probably gonna bring in the Grocko right here. He's gonna be able to tank the Umbre forever. And if we would play it greedy, we would downgrade the armor of our Ranger, because she has the granite anyway. So for 5 seconds, she is not targetable anyway. She's not gonna get any damage. So we can get away often with downgrading her armor to 0 and just play it like this. And I think that's what we're gonna do. I think that should be enough. If she dies before the Hydro Lynx casts, we made a mistake. But as you can see, she's still pretty tanky. Like, that's more than enough time. Umbre dead. Riptorus dead. Our Titanor and Grocko are gonna tank. And it was a good decision to downgrade that armor. That's really the fine line you need to find when you... Like, this comes with practice, I feel like, and just general understanding of the game, when you know that you can downgrade. Still make the round. Alrighty, we got an Umbre Scoriox. Scoriox is an easy kill over here, doesn't have a tank in front of him. So we're just gonna transition to the left side like this. Soon we have to upgrade our damage, I feel like. Still pretty good, but like our tankiness is well established right now. And put our Grocco here to catch both of those, Ripelands and the Umbre. And our Ranger, this is helping on the little Oracle. Where do we put it? Does Titanon need help? Scoriox is basically dead from the beginning, and then we just got Blaze Knight. Blaze Knight, don't forget, put our C4s back here. So our Blaze Knight, the enemy Blaze Knight doesn't hit the Furiox with the Whirlwind. And I don't think Titanon needs much help. I don't think Grocco needs help either. We could just sell the Grocco and get in the damage dealer instead. That would probably be the best call right here. So let's get an Umbre. Let's get the Umbre going, and we can get back armor. Let's just get the 6 so we save 100 mastery points, and we should be good. And actually put Umbre a bit to the side so Seer doesn't aggro him. We put Umbre here, maybe Seer goes onto him, that would be bad. Alrighty. Actually a little bit of misposition. C4 is not attacking the Scoriox, but Scoriox still died so fast just from Titano and Furiox. Also the enemy Blaze Knight is dead from our Umbre, so that was really good. And our tanks are almost dead. So we have enough damage now for sure, but now our tanks are a little bit on the low side, so that's what we're gonna upgrade next. And as you can see, it was buttery smooth in the beginning, but my laptop heats up so much faster since the last patch, even though it should have been a performance patch. And it's getting a bit more laggy right now, but since this is an auto battle, I don't think it's too much of a problem. And I'm gonna try to find a solution for that. Maybe I'll have to upgrade to the tabletop PC. Alright, biggest threats. Ramfire right here. Not huge threat, but can't hit us bad. We got a tank here in the front line. Elfie, not a big threat. Dual F would be nice to take him out early, so let's put our Umbre on the Dual F. Let's bring in at least this lesser Earth Grocco, giving us nice Earth stack, Bulwark stack. And he can just occupy the... Let's see. We want to have our biggest tanks on the side and on the same side as our assassin, because as soon as our tank dies, our Umbre will be focused. So if we would play it like this, for example, Umbre here with Grocco will die very fast, and then all of those units will attack the Umbre next, so that's not good. And kind of like this, and let's just use the Grocco to bring the Ramfight right here away from our main group of units. We're just gonna put the Grocco here, and the Ramfight is gonna land here and run over to our Grocco. And put it over here, I believe. Yeah. Looking good, saving up 100 mastery points. Soon we're in kind of the mid-late game where we have enough money to really have a solid team, and then it's more about positioning. And I feel like I'm quite good at positioning, so that's when I feel the most comfortable, once we get through the early game and the early mid game. Look at that, worked out perfectly. Grocco even survived the Ramfight. Like the triple granite really makes the early game way, like the early mid game way easier. You can't bring it in the very early game, but in the mid game it helps you a lot. Alrighty, this looks a bit more challenging. We got a Titanor, we got a Seer, so big tanks, which is always an indicator for a strong enemy team. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna position away from those strong tanks. And we position like this, we'll be able to just go to the damage dealers right away, skipping those two tanks. Those are gonna be occupied by our Ranger. Always upgrade the armor. You can always downgrade it if you need to, but it feels bad if you forget to upgrade it. And yeah, this Grocco is basically just a synergy bot right now. Actually, he's gonna catch the Umbre. We might want to bring in this augment onto our Umbre, just to stay safe. Give him more crit, because that's what his augment setup will be about. This one, every time he crits, he gives his closest allies and himself crit damage, and then we're gonna bring in this one too, that his Omega can crit, which is gonna be just perfect. So his closest two allies probably gonna be Titan or Infuriox, which is nice. And yeah, let's roll it. I hope Grocko can survive long enough versus Umbre, but even if he dies, the next target will be Seaforus. We could have put Seaforus more into the back, that the Blaze Knight Omega is not gonna hit more units. But our Furiox looks fine, Titanor is still full life, and we're good. Look at that, both of those tanks, both of the big enemy tanks, they die last, which is perfect storm. So if you manage to kill the enemy tanks last, you did everything right. That's what you want. Alright, big ram fire right here. Gains Omega power per second, not too big of a threat. Alrighty. Alright, this is a big augment for Umbre, piercing the physical and energy resistance. So we have two options. We either stay here, and once we kill the Riptorus, we're gonna swap onto those 3 assassins. But if the focus is off and we don't manage to kill the Ramfire before he Omegas and stuff like this, and also the Umbre is gonna disappear with his Omega, we're in a bit of trouble. So we can just focus on the left side, keep our range on the right side, which will buy us a lot of time with the triple granite. And then once we clear the left side, we have enough range that our tanks will run over here, but our damage dealers will still stay over here, way out of range of those assassins. We can back it up with maybe a Grocko here to keep the right plants at the Riptorus away from our ranger. I think that's how I would run it. Just to stay safe, I think we want to stay around the 100 mastery point area for every round, so we're just gonna upgrade our lesser Grocko to the Exalted Earth Grocko, which is gonna take over tanking after our ranger dies, if that happens. So we're safe for every eventuality that will happen. See how it goes. Ranger still holding strong. Grocko is actually taking a lot of damage. But that's what I mean. Like both of our damage dealers are way far away from those assassins, and our tanks reinforced. The tanks from the left side, the Titan are reinforced the right side, and worked out perfectly. As long as you're fortune teller in this game, you're gonna have a good time. Ooh, that's what we don't want to see. A ram fight with this augment where his Omega can critically hit, because if he hits you with an Omega, you're dead. So we want to drag this Ramfire away from our damage dealers. But we also don't want to position onto the Seer, because Seer is way too strong. Umbre wants to jump to Furiox. Ramfire is gonna land here. So we can position like here, and he's still gonna run over there, but also there's an Umbre. Oh. I guess we need... Yeah, I guess we need a Grocko over here, just to catch the Umbre, and the Ramfire will be dragged away by our Ranger. Like that. Feels like a bit of an overkill to have Titan over here, where he doesn't need to tank anything. Like his only tank... The only thing he needs to tank is this Doka, so we can just put our small... Yeah, let's play it like this. Put our small Grocko over here. We can even put our damage dealers way up in the front line, just to be further away from that Ramfire. Like this. Alright. Lesser Grocko tanks the Doka. Bigger Grocko tanks the Umbre. Our Ranger tanks the Ramfire. Our Titanor tanks those 3 units. and the Umbre kills the enemy Furiox. Let's roll it. Oh, my nose is so blocked. Sorry for this nasal experience.
Shall not be defeated.
Alrighty. Easy peasy. Wave number 19. What we got? We got 1, 2 rogues, 3 rogues, 4 rogues. Always gotta look at this Ram fights Omega. His Omega can crit. So let's get away from him. Ram fight is also harder to kill before he casts his Omega. He has a smaller mana pool. Get our damage dealers to the right side. Basically, that's what you do in the late game, right? You find which side you want to fight on, which side you gotta stay away from. So everybody goes over here. Our ranger is gonna occupy those 2 assassins. Groku is gonna tank back here. Oh, he's so big, man. Hard to fit this guy in. Something like that. This guy is kind of useless, so that's why we're selling him. Probably gonna get in an augment or Umbre, giving the crit stats, savagery, and precision, which is critical strike chance and critical damage. And then we should be good. I hope our Groku will hold the Vermilia and the Umbre. But I think so. They don't have tanks. It looks like a scary setup because they got so many assassins, but we got solid tanks versus those assassins, and they don't have any tanks versus our damage. So we're just gonna butter through those enemies. They have no chance. If they had like a nice tank here in the front line, I would invest a little bit more. Wow, Groku is taking a lot of damage. Getting down a nice stun. So now we need to kill Umbre before he casts his next Omega. It's gonna be so close. Nope, we couldn't do it, and as you can see, we lost the focus on the Umbre. So now it's all up to our Umbre. And we got it. Good job. Let's look at the damage. Look at that. Our Umbre is really becoming our main carry now. And soon we're gonna reinforce him with some more assassins. Let's see how many assassins we got. Ramfire, Hydrolink's really nice. Rake is pretty good. We already got the Umbre. We're not gonna bring in the Rake, I think. Vampiric Price has finally been patched, so it's not that strong anymore. I haven't played around with it too much yet. I can see it work out on a Titanor because it heals maximum health and gives maximum health. So a unit that has a lot of maximum health, this would be really good on him. On combat start, the 2 nearest allies gain 15% attack speed, 25 Omega power, and the Omegas can crit. Damn, I didn't see that. That's huge. Alright, we're gonna put those 2 on Titanor. We don't need the buff on the Umbre, I guess, because his Omega can already crit, but it's gonna buff those 2 units. So that's gonna be huge. What we got? Got a fighter here. Position away from the Seer, I guess. Could go to the left side. If we stay over here, our Umbre can kill the Scoriox. So I think it might be better to stay over here. We can also kill the Ramfire pretty fast after we kill the Seer. And yeah, let's just get a bit of more damage in with this augment. Scoriox is doing energy damage. Also the Seer is doing a bit of energy damage, so I think we're gonna put energy resistance and health on this guy. And you over here. So we tank those two guys. And that should be it. Actually, let's downgrade the armor. So we have those 100 mastery points. And next round we'll have 5 income more. Alright, let's see how it goes. Umbre did not go up. This is bad. This is really bad. Actually, that might cost us the game. Because now we're not focusing the Ramfire as we planned to do. We might still be able to kill him. Yes. Oh, that was lucky. But yeah, that wasn't the plan. Because if there is an Umbre and a Ramfire, it gets so much harder to kill the Ramfire before he goes up into the air. So, what we got? What is you? Empath. Easy. 2 assassins. Wow. They have a lot of augments, but not a lot of units. And especially they have no tanks. So this is gonna be an easy round. We're gonna position to the left side. Easy kill on the Scoria and the right plants right there. Like that. Bring our C4s a little bit away from our Furiox so that Blaze Knight Whirlwind doesn't hit our Furiox. Umbre could kill the Empath here, but I'd rather have him with all our units. I think he's gonna stay over here. And the enemy Umbre is just gonna be tanked by our Grocco. Something like this, I guess. Looks pretty easy. I don't think we'll have much trouble in this round. Oh, we do have... I forgot about Vermilia, who's jumped in. And actually, our Titanor turned around and left our Ripelands to dead. Alright, Umbre is our last chance, our last damage dealer left, and he has no tank. It's looking really bad. Alright, this went so wrong. The good thing is, I think we just reached the checkpoint, so we can replay it right away. And... oh, they finally fixed that it's automatically selecting the right wave to restart on. Alrighty, let's fix this up. We need Grocco here to tank for our damage dealers. We need Titanor to actually tank the Ripelands and not just go back in the backline. I'm not too happy with the Umbre right here. Might be a good call to actually go for Ramfire. Because Umbre might not be able to burst through those 2 empaths. And what Ramfire will do as soon as he casts his Omega, and if he crits, he's just gonna one-shot the Blaze Knight and this empath Lynx. So yeah, that will work way better. And as long as we have the enemy assassins in check, we're gonna be good. So this time our Furiox is safe. Now I get it. This guy has a freaking Saccharine Escape. That means if he drops below 60%, he's gonna get untargetable, and that's why our Titanor runs away and leaves our Furiox to death. Well, and there is another Saccharine Escape. Alright, this is a hard wave. But that's good. I like it. I like the challenge early on. This is nice. So, we cannot play like this. Because as soon as the Ripelands activates his Saccharine Escape, our Titanor is gonna run away and Ripelands is gonna kill Furiox. Which means... where are we gonna position? It's a tough one. This is actually a tough one. I guess this position looks way better already. And we're just gonna bring in some more units, I guess. could get a little bit more Earth stacks. It would also be nice to have a third fighter stack and fire stack. This would be nice. 6 bulwarks would be super nice because we have some. We have this bulwark. So I think we're gonna bring in this Grocco, giving us 3 fire and also 6 bulwarks, which is huge. They're just gonna stand back here. Fatsos. I think that's gonna be our thumbnail of the day. That looks too good. Get out of the way, Umbre. Isn't this beautiful? And remember, those are tier 0s. Those will be free to play. They're holding hands right here. Absolutely lovely. Oh, I love it. Alrighty. So, back to business. I think we should still be good. This wave is a bit confusing, to be honest. This one has Saccharine Escape too. The enemy has 3 times Saccharine Escape. This is insane. Alrighty, we got through the first one. Blaze Knight is dead, and Umbre is gonna fall next. His escape was triggered already. As long as our Furiox is safe, we're good. That's really the only thing we need to watch out for. And he wasn't safe on the left side. So that made it way easier, just changing the positioning. Also, it was a good idea to bring in the other Grocco. It would have been a bit close, I think. Alrighty. Where are the Saccharine escapes? Nope, nope, nope. No threats in the enemy augments. We got a lot of bulwarks on the right side. We got a Titan on the left side. Umbre needs to jump the Furiox, that's for sure. And I think we're gonna position to the left side because we want to be able to focus down this Ramfire as early as possible. But we also want to keep him away from our Furiox. Earth Grocco counters the double fire Ramfire, so he's gonna tank him. You're gonna go over here and you're gonna be here. Wow, we can bring in so much more bulwarks, it's crazy. 1, 2. We can get up to 8 bulwarks. Not 9 though. Also soon we should bring in more assassins. Maybe the Adorius. We got really good late game units. Basically we got 2 more spots free, so we want to bring in Adorius, Ramfire. And yeah, also this Lynx and this Axodon looks really good, but I don't think we can swap out any of those units. Maybe we can replace a Grocco with an Axodon, giving us another Scion stack, because those Groccos, they only have Earth and Bulwark, compared to Axodon, who has Tsunami and Harbinger, which is double the synergies. I think that's good. Our Furiox is safe. All the enemy assassins are dealt with. I feel like we could have invested a bit more. With all those enemy tanks, it looks like a hard wave, but enemy Furiox is dead already, so their main damage is soon done. Just need to kill this Ramfire now, which we were not able to do, but he's not hitting very hard. He just hit the C4s. Didn't even hit the Furiox. Perfect. Wow. Way better than I thought it would be. Awesome. Righty, Malura. Always delaying the time a little bit. So, wave 23. What do we have? We have a 0 here, Ramfire. Ramfire with a Saccharine escape, so we cannot position onto him. He will surely get an Omega out, and his Omega can crit. So this guy is the big threat. We have another saccharine escape on the rake. So basically a lot of rogues. 3 rogues. Scoriox will be the target for our Umbre. Kind of like this. I guess we're gonna bring in this augment just for good measure and then downgrade our armor a little bit. Alrighty. Looks good. I think we're good. The only issue I could see is that our Groku will die too fast, but then the Ramfire will probably run up to the Ranger. I don't think she dies faster. And by then we should have killed everybody over here. So yeah, should be good. We're still playing pretty greedy, right? 100 mastery points left on wave 23. Like soon we can just go all out because we'll have our board maxed out. Oh wow. Scoriox blasting away, but we were able to kill him. That was a bit sketchy though. We could have ruined our attempt. Nice. Got him. Yeah, we're definitely gonna go below those 100 mastery points soon. If we see a hard wave, we got 1 tank here, not too much. Got a Dorius over here. Scion, let's see how many rogues. Just 1. Just a Vermilia here. I think we're gonna focus on the right side. Those are some easy kills over here. We don't wanna give the Seer too much attention early on if we don't have to. So, a little shuffle over here. Don't need to put our C4s in the backline because there is no threatening. Well, the Blaze Knight could actually hit us, so let's put him here. Go over there. Should we bring in something more? Maybe just an Archie. Let's see if we need to hit any synergies over here. We could get another fighter stack, which would help the damage of our Umbre and Furiox. They both have a fighter in them. Let's have a look. Not many fighters left. The Fernet would be pretty good. I like that. Let's just overinvest a little bit, alright? Like that. We should be good. Should be a solid win. There's no real threats, to be honest. The Seer was the biggest threat, and he's just hammering away onto our Ranger forever. Nah, we didn't even need the Fernet, but since we're kind of in the late game, I want to make sure that we're filling up our board. Like, we have 1 more slot left and 1 more augment. So that's what? That's essentially maybe 80 gold. Or if we want to max it out, we have like 200 minus the Ferrite. We have like 220 more mastery points to go, so not too much. But we're maxed out. And we still got like 5 waves till we need to be maxed out, which is another 100 mastery points. So yeah, it could be close, but... Cool, what we got? 1, 2, 3 rogues. 1, 2, 3. Ramfire, got a Saccharine escape. And his Omega can crit, so let's keep him away from us. Him way over here. There's no Blaze Knight, so our C4s can go with our other units into the pocket. Umbra is gonna try to one-on-one the dual left right here, but he also got Zacharina's cape, which is really bad. I don't like that. I would like to position on the left side and focus the right plans first, but then we're way too close to this ram fire, so we cannot do that. I would also like to bring our own ram fire. Could bring in Allura. Do we need that? No. Enemy has no tanks. Alright, let's go. Good. Shoot! I didn't see the ram fight. Alright, killed the Lynx without casting. Now we need to kill this ram fight without casting. Perfect. All planned. Yeah, like I said, enemy has no tanks. So much easier. Like, that shows you how much you need tanks yourself. This is like the main foundation on which arena team is built on. Without tanks, nothing works. You can't play this game without tanks. And right after that comes the damage. That's the two foundations we build our team on. Alrighty, I can see a theme here. Oh, Vampiric Price. Alright, we can kill this guy. We can stay on this side and kill the ram fire. Just the seer being there makes it so much harder already. I think we're gonna bring in a flare, because there is some assassins back here we need to deal with. And we want to keep the Ombre away from this side, so we really focus the Ramfire first. That's why we're gonna position our tanks like this. Let's actually bring all our tanks back. Screw it. I think that's how we're gonna roll it. Keep 60 mastery points back in the pocket. Right, looking good so far. We didn't want the Ramfire to focus our Fur Knight, but it's not too bad. Fur Knight got a cast out. Wow. Yeah. Once again, enemy has one tank. It's just falling like flies because there's not enough meat on their side to hold our damage back. Really nice. Wow, just sweep through them. I really don't like the Fur Knight, I think. I mean, he gives us the fighter and the fire stack, but we're gonna get rid of him soon. Either for a Ramfire or an Adorius. Adorius will come in as soon as we have like a nice little damage target that can focus our Adorius to give him extra mana. What we got here? Ramfire. What's your augments? Zombiga can crit. And we got a rake. No tanks again. No tanks over here. It's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Alright, let's sell the Fur Knight. Do we get an Adorius? No, we need more damage, I feel like. Actually, maybe we get an Invoker, just to get more Science stacks. And we need more damage back here to really kill those assassins fast. If we get a Ramfire in now, sure, we're gonna be able to kill the enemy backline faster. But what we need to kill faster is the enemy assassins right here. So we might want to bring in Sinelf or the Adorius. Sinelf is huge, giving us 2 Science stacks. Also helps our damage of our C4s and our Furiox. Let's just I wanted to say let's just invest a little bit, but the enemy has no tanks. They have one Axodon over here, so... But this guy is scary, the Scoriox. He doesn't have the best augments though, so maybe he's not a big threat, but... Nah, we're good, we're good. We're killing the Spheriox instantly, then we're gonna turn onto those assassins. And the game should be over by then anyway. Almost feel like we have too many tanks right now. Well, can't have too many tanks. We good. Let's roll it. Alrighty. Let's clean up those assassins. Thank you. Beautiful. Like, if there was a Titaner in the front line, we couldn't do the same, because the Titaner would live so long that we would not, in time, refocus onto the enemy assassins in the backline. If there is a Titaner standing right here, this Titaner would tank for so long that the assassins back here would not be focused fast enough. We can only do this because they had like a squishy in the front line. Same here. Scoriox, easy kill. If there was like 5 assassins behind the Scoriox, would be still perfect positioning, because we kill the Scoriox very fast and then we refocus onto all those assassins which are close to our damage dealers here in the back line. Anyway, easy kill, easy kill, easy kill. So we're gonna stay over here. And over there we got 1, 2 assassins and a few scions. We definitely want to spread out our damage dealers. Just that those dual F lasers and the Lynx laser thingy doesn't hit everybody at once. Like that. First the rogues. All 3 over there, so we get you here, you there, and you there. Whatever. Like, I would really upgrade right now to just like throw in everything we have, but I don't see them winning this round. Like, I have no fear that we will lose, so we're just gonna keep up stacking some mastery points. And yeah, soon, once there is a hard enemy team, we can just max out our board. Look at that. It's too easy. Like, the mid-late game, like from wave, I don't know, 18 to wave 28 or something, is usually super easy if you just, if you realize, sometimes there's a hard wave, and then you have to put in a bit more, but usually you can get away with saving a lot of mastery points. Like, same here. Like, they don't have tanks. Not a single tank. There's an Axon over there. That's it. So now let's see what we got. Not a scary Rampfire. Not a scary Scoriox either. Pretty easy all around. There's 1 rogue. Let's see the rogues. 1, 2, 3, 4 coming in. So I guess we can do the same thing. Stay on the right side. Gonna play it like this. Should be good. Maybe we're gonna sell the Sinnoh now. Soon we're gonna sell one of those tanks. And question is, which one is worse? One of those two has to go. They're pretty similar units. Actually, let's get an Axon in instead of the Flare. Alrighty. Let's hit it. Oh, our ranger doesn't have a full armor. That's what I mean. As soon as you downgrade the armor, make sure next round you go ahead and upgrade it again. Otherwise you play like 10 rounds without upgraded armor, even though you could do it. Really good. Again, I'm sorry for the lags, but I think like it's more about the macro things happening. So what we got? 1, 2 assassins, another 2 assassins. There's a lot of rogues in the enemy team. 5. Those 3, those 2. Let's check the ramfires. We don't got Saccharine escape. There should be easy kills. There's also an easy kill in the front line over here. So again, there is no tank in the enemy team. This is getting weird. And we might as well stay on this side. Same thing. Yeah, I guess we're gonna do the exact same thing that we just did. Except that we're finally gonna upgrade something, I guess. Who are we gonna give the vampiric prize? It's funny, huh? This was like the best augment when it was broken, and now it comes in last and very reluctantly. I need to give it to somebody who stays alive a long time. So he can stack up some health. Heal himself a little bit. I guess we're gonna give it to Axodon. Because our goal with Axodon is to keep him alive. Because the longer he's alive, the longer the tankier he will get. And Vampiric Price will enhance this effect even more. So yeah, let's try this. I like to go with energy resistance, even though we are up against rogues, because if he stays alive long, what could kill him in the late game is a big Omega cast from somebody. So yeah. I want to utilize the granite on our ranger the most, so I want her to take a lot of damage from all those assassins right away. That's why I'm putting her in the backline, and I think Dualef is still gonna attack the Groko right here. So same. Actually, we could do it like this. Alright, let's roll it. I think soon we have all the money together. Actually, that's way 30. Maybe we should have overinvested a little bit. I think in the leaderboards, that's where a lot of people died. But it's an easy win. Holy shit, I really liked this deck today. Way too easy. I mean, not easy, right? It's like, I've been practicing this game a lot, but just, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it today. Alrighty, here we go. There's a lot of bulwarks. Not a lot, too. But still, this looks like a way harder team. And you see all those augments too, right? You gotta check them all. Like this one is badass. Dualef with double crit augment. We want to focus him with our assassins. That's for sure. And by assassins, I mean Umbre. And Ramfire, I guess. Just try to keep Ramfire alive a little bit longer. We could also swap the augments from those two, but it's a bit too much for this round. We already sold the Axodon and stuff. So what are we gonna do? I think we have to focus on the left side. Yeah. Alright, we got 1 minute 40 left. That's good. Enough time to work with. Saccharine escape on the Scoriox. That's not too good. There's a Blaze Knight, so we need to put our C4s a bit to the back. We want to find somebody who attacks our Adorius. There's not really anybody. Just put him here. He's gonna take the dual F laser, and I hope he's gonna survive it. It's a long shot, to be honest. It could just kill him. Well, we'll see. We need tanks here. Our big brothers. Brothers in arms, I think we're just gonna keep them in. They're so cute, holding hands. I love it. Man, like, Illuvium has done such a good job already with making all those characters. Like, I'm in love with half of all these characters. It's crazy. All those have so much character. Especially the tier zeros. I feel like those are almost my favorites. Like the Lynxes, the Grokkos, so sick. Doka has so much character to him. It's not like my favorite, but he has something, right? Alrighty, Assassin's going in for the dual F. Running out of time. I've been chit-chatting too much. I hope our positioning is good. Ramfire could have been on the outside to protect our Umbre, but other than that, I feel like we're doing pretty well. Dual F dead before he casts his laser. It's perfect. Ramfire is actually tanking a little bit. Nice. Got him. By the way, this is pretty much my first deep run of the day. Like, before this video, I just did like 5 attempts in the first 5 waves, just like while trying to set up the stream and stuff. But yeah, this is the first attempt where I went past wave 7, I think. So I'm pretty stoked. We're getting high. Wave 32. Now it's getting interesting. Now it's getting hard, right? Now little mistakes will cost you the game. There's not much wiggle room anymore. And as you can see, there's only one tank. We got a nut position on his side. Gonna keep away from him if we can. And it looks like we can. There's no Saccharine escape ramp fight who will threaten us on the left side. So I think we're good. Position those two guys on the Umbre. Yeah, it's pretty good. Let's check the rogues. Are they? Those like white highlights they put around it when you go over there, they're really small. Like, it's super hard to see all the rogues like this. I guess it's only 3. Vermilia, Ramfight, and Umbre. So our Dorius would die over here versus those 2 rogues. We have to reposition him. And I guess he could tank the right plants. Like, you always want to find that one target that he can take a bit of damage and not die from it, just to cast his first Omega faster. And I think the right plants is gonna die so fast that actually our Dorius can tank him. Let's do that. And I think we figured it out. I'd like both of our assassins to attack the dual F, not the Blaze Knight. Especially because he got Saccharine escape, which kind of sucks. Okay, Blaze Knight cast is gonna go down here. Be fine. I think we're good. We could put one of our Grokkos over there. Or actually, like... No, actually like this. We're good. Once the Grokko dies versus the Assassins, then the Assassins will run up to our Ranger, making them lose a lot of time. That's really good. And yeah, I think that's it. That's it, that's all. Still 50 seconds left. It's so nice that we got more time now in the late game to play with. We could upgrade something, but I feel really like we got 6 bulwarks, 7 earth, really nice. 5 fire, 6 fighter would be nice, but doesn't really matter. The only units I would get in is maybe another rogue, but we need all our tanks, we need all our other units. I guess we need Adorius. We'll see how impactful he will be. I could see myself swapping out Grokko for Oxodon, which would give us another bulwark stack and 2 more water stacks, which we don't need. So, and another science stack. But I really like the Groco brothers, so we're gonna keep it like that. See how it goes. So Umbra is gonna be a tough nut to deal with. We need to kill him now before he casts his next Omega. Yep. Titanor is pretty low already, so our tanks are almost dead. Feel like Adorius, I don't know. So close, man. Really, really close. Nice try. Do we have another checkpoint? No, no more checkpoints. Wonderful. Rank number 8. We're basically 2 waves away from rank number 1. And yeah, if I tried a little bit more, I'm sure most of these guys didn't do this in one try and grind it out a little bit more than one round. And yeah, we lost a lot of checkpoints early on, otherwise we could restart now and change our mistakes and make it better. But I'm super happy. I'm so excited to be on another video. I hope you enjoyed this. If you made it until now, I'm sure you subscribed already, and I want to thank you so much for supporting me, because everybody who really watches like the entirety of a video, it really makes a difference for YouTube and the algorithm and for me to reach more people. So thank you so much for supporting me. I love doing this and I will never stop if you guys don't want me to stop, basically. Anyway, I hope I can get around to do another video tomorrow, and I'll see you soon. Have a wonderful day. Peace out. Bye bye. Adios. Ciao, ciao.